Well, now we have, so
okay.
That's that. And we're going to get into this one, guys, because I know you're bored of hearing that my Twitter is @HeraldCSGO.
I'm sure.
See you on the other side. So let's get underway with this one. Of course, one of those games where it could go either way, so I'm very excited to see which way it's going to go. Straight off the bat, I mean, Pat's Money Crew, they've all got a money sign in their name. Not just any money sign, but a dollar sign of all signs.
Well, it's the CSGO currency, isn't it? Dollars, that's what you want. That's what you want for the guns, and no guns they will start off with. All blocks and utility for Pat's Money Crew as they're already rushing over to the A site. Out the squeaky crit. He's going to lead the charge, but standing strong so far. 2 picks already. Traded back now as they have swarmed the site. The plant should go on through and the rotates come down. 2 players playing from that truck position as the bomb gets planted. So already successful round at the start for Pat's Money Crew. Dom will lead the charge, should find the close angle. Doesn't need to land the shots though as Dox holds strong, finds 3 on the trot. And that is our first round going over to the PMC.
Another Swedish team.
Oh.
Epiphany Bolt.
Oh, some more
Not
Swedes.
actually Swedish, of course. And I would say guess which one of them is Swedish, but I don't know. So I'm not going to ask you that question. Pat's Money Crew with the first round coming in, and it's going to be a half force buy for Epiphany Bolt. I'm not entirely sure what they're doing here. 2 of them have money, 2 of them don't. But you know what? Let's just see how they go. The outfit he's wearing is very much like the Gambit outfit, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Have you seen their outfit? In fact, it might be the Gambit outfit because they definitely don't have their own outfit, do they?
Have they
in fact,
taken?
No, that is. Yeah, that is.
Just taken.
No, that is a Dren, isn't it?
Just portraits
yeah,
of people. Okay.
That'll be why it looks like it. Yeah, anyway, the kill's coming in. Thomas is going to find himself a nice 1D. We know this man is proficient with the Deagle in hand, but it's going to be Dom following up with his teammate. And now the bomb down on the site. It's going to be Dom watching over from the heaven position. Archangel in place. And now looking down, Wolfie coming in from behind, looking to find himself a kill with that CZ in hand, and the 2 men coming in from behind B, falling back now, repositioning. All they need to do here is hope for some kills, keep those T players penned in, make sure they go down with the bomb. Epiphany Bolt don't really need to worry. They're not really looking for the round win here. It's very, very unlikely, but if they can do some damage, happy days.
Dom up in the heaven has the Deagle, but they're just going to back off. I mean, spending that amount of money, as you highlighted at the start of the round, Herald, was a little bit overzealous, I think, and they need to make sure that they can keep that moving into round number 3. So the ability to save those Deagles, the armor as well being put up by Epiphany, and that CZ, that's going to be really, really useful moving forward. So Pat's Money Crew take the second round. Those 3 AKs still in hand. They're going to be set up well for the start of this first half on their economy.
Yeah, so it's forcing the eco into this one. Not a huge amount of money to play with for Epiphany Bolt. They went for that force buy. I really don't understand why. And again, Thomas buying down to just 1,500 here. We want to see Thomas on the orb, and we're not going to. Interesting buys again coming out of Epiphany Bolt. SE.
Interesting, the ever-present pseudonym for ridiculous. Interesting buys coming out from Epiphany Bolt.
Yeah. Interesting indeed, but it's going to be the opening kill for Next Fox. Although he may sound like a TV channel, in fact, he is a UK CS player. Wolfie will follow up with 1, but not a huge amount of damage being done as Dox cleaning house takes down that A-site player. And now Dox, the last man, aiming towards that truck. He's taking kills left, right, and centre. That's a 3K for him. And he cleans up. Dom and Cheney go down, and that's 3 rounds on the board. Epiphany Bolt now buying up. But again, like I said, Thomas, why? Why Miss American Pie?
So Epiphany Bolt now have the money to buy up the rifles, but what they sacrificed from those force buys before is the amount of utility that they have on board. You can see they've only got 3 smokes, only 4 flashes, and those 4 flashes are only on 2 of their players. They're going to be, sorry, 5 flashes. Didn't spot the one on Thomas just then. But they've already dropped 1. They're going to be so low on that utility that they're going to be really relying heavily on their ability to win these Angels. And Pat's Money Crew, they've been showing that they can go for those fights, and they are winning them relatively consistently. Now, they've got those AKs on board as well. They can land the shots, they can land the one-taps, and they are just going to be devastating if they don't get those wins on the 1 versus 1s for Epiphany. But they're starting to stack up towards the B-bomb site. Shaney will be first to face over on Checkers, should they choose to push. I say should, I mean when they choose to push. Spots the head, goes for the spray, but doesn't land anything. Oh, finally managing to hit the shot, but it's too little too late as a Pat's Money Crew overwhelm the B site.
Yeah, interesting. play there from Shaney. Does get himself a kill, but completely overcommitting to that fight and missing so many shots. He then leaves himself with no ammunition and gets killed in the back. And so Kilo and Wolfie, the last 2 men alive, and M4 and an AWP to save. It's not a great start from Epiphany Pult UK. And so Pat's Money Crew storming through onto that 4th round. If they can find these weapons, happy days. That would be fantastic economic damage being done. You can see those high money players looking for the hunt. LDLZ looking for one, but he's going to go down as Elo takes him. That's Kilo. No, is it Elo? Or
it is Elo.
It's not Kilo, is it?
No, it's UK
yeah,
Elo.
It's UK Elo.
Which is a bit confusing because everyone else is capitalized or different or something like that. But yeah, we'll stick with it. Speaking of which, the Swede must be either Elo or Wolfie because we know the other 3.
Or not. Perhaps not.
No?
Maybe not.
Maybe not?
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
I mean, no, definitely. Definitely.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's just a bug in the system. A bug in the matrix. A blip. A small bump. A drop in the ocean. But no. Pat's Money Crew on 4 rounds now, looking strong to go into this 5th. Because Epiphany Bolt UK, although they have those 2 weapons they saved onto, the remaining 3 players really not investing a huge amount into this. Pistols, a little bit of armor, not a lot going on. 2k buys, just keeping a bit of money to make sure that 6th round is the time to shine. But they need to start doing something now. I don't know how much of a fan I am of this player profiles thing. Oh, no, nice kill there onto Docs, but you know, again, drop in the ocean.
Yeah, they have actually managed to boost someone up over towards the A site. Epiphany Bolt have got that presence there, and the fact that Pat's Money Crew are going to be playing straight into it. They've got Wolfie on the high ground. The bomb does get dropped. They should be calling the rotate now. The high ground gets taken down, but Thomas is ready to strike. He manages to find the kill, traded back out. The next Fox able to push on through. Very, very strong. Now it's just Elo with the AWP pushing up the mid towards Highway. Is he going to go for the retake? He does have the kit available. No utility, though. And against 2 rifles with that AWP, not the sort of situation you want to find yourself in. He must be very confident in his abilities, though. As must his teammates, because they are going for the retake, it looks like, waiting for that smoke to clear. Does have a little bit of time to play with from the defuse kit, but it is ticking away. You can see the bomb. You can hear the bomb ticking faster. He should hear someone out, but he turns the corner, and Elo hits the shot. Could be going to push on further forwards, but that Molotov will dissuade him from going for anything more. He's picked up the AK, but sprays the wrong corner. Next Fox able to pick up the 4th of the round, and Pat's Money Crew take the rifle.
Yeah, again, I would like to see him save the AWP there. Then they can go into the next round a little bit stronger, but at least they have the full buy coming in here. They can still pick up that AWP. So I suppose it's understandable. Still, whether I'm a fan of it, probably not. Good money being built up over on Pat's Money Crew, but this is a turning point. The full buy comes in for Epiphany. They've got the AWP up on Elo. It's a shame not to see Thomas AWPing, really. I like, you know, Thomas is a fantastic AWPer.
Well, maybe they found themselves a star in Elo, because I mean he was confident enough to push up through. He did land the shot onto the defense of one of those 2 players, but wasn't able to capitalize after he swapped out to the rifle. Something that I'm really quite curious about is the fact that Shaney didn't buy the AWP and drop it over to Elo. Instead, Elo bought it up because Shaney was on, I think, 6.3k at the start of the round. Didn't buy the AWP and drop it over so that they could have both bought utility. Instead, we find ourselves in the situation where Elo is just relying on that smoke and nothing else to go for the hold. And you can see he's playing up close on that A site. They're starting to push forwards, and that extra utility really could have helped them.
Yeah, every little helps, as they say at an unbranded supermarket. Wolfie now holding the angle on that A-bomb site. Such a crucial position to play. He won't find anything. It's going to be the opening frag going the way of Pat's Money Crew. Doubling up as Docs takes down Thomas. Now only 1 frag going the way of Epiphany. And suddenly that A-bomb site control disappears. The AWP goes straight down. I mean, that's just the Mac 10 for you, isn't it? Straight in, shake it all about. Don't care about anything. I mean, you've got nothing to lose. Why not? Even Doc's going to recover himself the AWP. Disappointing performance again from Epiphany Bolt. It leaves it on Shaney, and he's going to get taken down. Doc's having a fantastic game so far. Perhaps he is doxing his enemy.
Is it too late to change my prediction?
Is it too late now to say sorry? Because I am missing more than just your body.
Okay. So are Epiphany Bolt, apparently. They're not able to hit any shots, even if their body and no head. It's just something I certainly wasn't expecting coming into this game. Doc's on a tear right now. You can see 10-1. That's better than Smoothie's performance so far in the first half of his game, and he's absolutely bringing the house down.
Lol, however, not having the greatest game. No. Understandable, it is 6-0. You don't have to get that many kills, but 1 would be nice.
Yeah, I mean, if you're playing, I haven't been keeping track of exactly where he's been playing, but maybe if he's playing in a lurk position and they're just getting the full frontal frags, it's not really going to make a difference because if you're sat on the other side of the map, you're covering those rotates. Yeah, you can see. So you can see he's sat over towards Squeaky, while the rest of his team situated a little bit more towards B. Although, has Docs left spawn yet?
No, he's watching towards B.
Okay. Oh, of course. There you go.
A little signpost boost over there, which he's hopped up upon, and he's just making sure no one gets cheeky. It is a B-bomb stack, so they do need to be a little bit careful as to go over towards that site. Probing A is going to be lols, just seeing what he can find. Really, this shouldn't be a fake. This should be a probe, especially when they know they're going up against an eco. This shouldn't be waste your utility and diddle around. It's going to be the spot coming out from Harry. As soon as he sees the second player, this should be get out of dodge. This is the rotate we've been looking for. I love that. I hate to see it when teams just completely commit to a site and they go, right, this is it. We've got to go, we've got to go, we've got to go. No, you don't. You do not have to go at all. They have the money, they have the control, they have the cards in their favor. The flop is theirs.
He's called it all out as well. So that was a very nice coordinated take there for Pat's Money crew. They got the information, they got the ground,
he's got a
and
kill.
They executed perfectly. They've got the kills now, starting to rain on through. Lols finally chiming on in, and they are distributing them nicely. Actually, every single player on the team getting a kill in that round.
What's that called?
It's called. Well, it's called a one round, is what it's called.
Team Ace.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
And everyone on the team gets a kill. It's Team Ace. So nice Team Ace there coming up from Pat's Money crew, sharing the love.
There you go. So the teammates are grinning
out.
Having a great time. As are we. 7-0. These games going a lot more one-sided than we called out at the start. I think it is a little bit too late to change my prediction, but at the moment, Epiphany Bolt really struggling, although Dom playing up close with the spray, able to find two. They've already taken a third as well earlier from Thomas. And Shaney holding it down on the B-bomb site. Finally, Epiphany Bolt chime in, and with a very strong round, a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more forwards. They had the utility to work around, and they executed perfectly on the hold. So a very nice round. They need to keep it and convert it. If they want to come back in, they need some more rounds for their CT half.
Yeah, I mean, the worst thing that could happen here, of course, is the reset. Pat's Money crew, true to their name, they have money in the bank. Neofox on 9k, I think Lol's up on a few K as well. So holding on to that money, very, very important. And if Epiphany Bolt get reset, they're going to have absolutely nothing in the bank to play with. So we need to see them now staying alive and winning the round. Staying alive is so, so important, though. If they win the round on one player, it's not good enough. They're not going to be able to go into the next round with full utility. So very, very important. So Pat's Money crew, they need to focus on the frags. And going towards A is a very good way to do that. It's a tradey site, 1 kill for a 1 kill. Whereas on B, you can set up some really nice crossfires. It's a lot easier to head over towards that A-bomb site. Mid-control, however, has been lacking. Of course, they did get denied that boost, but we'd still like to see a bit of mid-control. Just get up in their face, put some pressure on to Epiphany.
Oh, Thomas setting over there, actually getting the damage through 2 players, but not quite finding the kill. Finds it eventually as Docs goes down. Wolfie's there ready and waiting. Thomas is still going though. He has his engine revving, and it's going to be Epiphany Bolt holding strong on the A site so far. Crit though on the sidelines. Able to get the spray down. Can't quite find it over onto Wolfie, though, as he gets taken down from quad, and they need to rethink their strategy as it's just Lols, the man of the hour. Only very few kills on the board. I don't know if he got one in the previous round, but only 1 kill that we certainly saw before coming on through. Oh. He's able to find a second. Maybe he's going to be able to find a third. Has opened up the vents, has 23 seconds to play with. He has a split decision now, 1 versus 1 wherever he decides to go, but of course he doesn't know that. Maybe he's thinking that they've rotated over towards the A site. He's going to drop down towards B. He has the run of it. He should have spotted out Dom over there. He should be able to get the plant as well. 7 seconds left on the clock. Plenty of time for him to work with, but he will be pincered out as Wolfie should be able to go for the rotate.
Yeah, Lol's not had the greatest performance so far. This is his time to shine. Nice to see Dom waiting for Wolfie to arrive. The utility will rain in. I mean, they've got a Molotov, flashes, smokes. There is everything they need in their arsenal right now to play with. And Lols is not going to be able to stand the heat. Going to go down. They have Molotov the bomb, but there's plenty of time to get that in. And so Epiphany Bolt, although there's only 2 players alive, at least they're taking themselves the round and building up a bit of a cash flow, giving themselves the opportunity to get back into this game. Pat's Money crew, not the greatest performance there. And Thomas, this is exactly why I said I wanted to see him on the AWP. He's fantastic with that weapon. He really is a killer in Manila. And he needs to hold on to it. I don't want to see him pass it across. He's a fantastic AWPer.
It's Wolfie to have it. Who are they going to chuck it to? There you go. You get your wish. Thomas is going to be taking that mantle off Elo. Maybe he's not feeling it today. Maybe they're trying him out. Maybe he's a coin toss AWPer that either has a tear or just doesn't really have an impact into these games. And you can see ever since they've really given that AWP across to Thomas, they have been starting to win these rounds. So second round on the board, they avoid the reset. They force Pat's Money crew to go for an AWP setup. So they aren't going to be coming up against Docs on that AWP tear. And now they are going to be getting this boost this time, not denied as they were in the previous round. And instead, they are starting to take some mid control. So a nice start to their round. They have got a lot of ground here to play with. Pat's Money crew, they're playing it a little bit slow. They're playing it a little more conservative. They figured out that, hey, hang on a minute. We can't just roll these games. We can't roll these rounds. We do need to try and play it by the book, and they're doing just that. They've already got Docs up highway here. And they are looking over towards the A bomb site, but with the bomb still really far back, they have to go for a rotate and bide their time a little bit. They are running down the clock, and if they aren't able to get these opening frags, they could be in some trouble, but they're certainly able to do just that as Docs finds the second. Elo, though, still on site, finds his. And now he's holding over by Forklift, finds the second on the low HP push. Crit trades it back, and now it's 2v2 on the retake. Shaney will push through, takes a little bit of damage, and it's not going to be enough as the headshot rains down, and now it's just 1 versus 1. Lols, again, in the spotlight, finds one, drops down, knows exactly where his enemy is. 26 seconds left on the clock. He played it well before. Will he be able to have a better performance than last time? Has the time to plant. Should he go for it? But instead, he's looking for the frags, goes for the spray and finds it. Pat's Money crew, they're going to be cheering on their teammate. Lols across the board.
Yeah, fantastic round there. The problem with that round is that they don't support that mid player. As soon as he comes up, it was Docs coming up through mid, he finds himself a kill, and then they don't push. They have that player in Forklift. If you let him play Forklift and watch that mid angle, he's going to get the kill, 50% of the time. Why give him the opportunity? If you push at the same time, you have the instant trade. Instead, they lose 2 players to that one position because the low player goes first, and then it becomes difficult. Wolfie opening this one up really, really nicely, taking down Script, taking that forward position. And so instantly, Epiphany Bolt put themselves back in the driving seat of this round after a somewhat hairy defeat and then overextending. Wolfie, you found the kill. You've done the hard work. Why throw it all away?
A little bit overzealous there. Epiphany Bolt playing a little bit too far forwards, but where else are they playing forwards? It's in mid. They're going to go for the counter boost, trying to send Dom over the top and get him up on there. He will spot out the bomb. There's a player rotating through, but they spot him out just a little bit sooner. He wasn't quite sure where they were going to be coming from, and unfortunately, he was looking at the wrong place at the wrong time. He does pay the price for it, but they know they're going towards the A-bomb site, and with that, Elo is ready and waiting, but not quite ready enough as Docs is absolutely on a rampage over on the A site. Pat's Money crew starting to swarm over the bomb. And now it's Thomas on the AWP, has a defuse kit. 1 versus 3. There's a player to contend with over towards C, and he just gets sprayed down. Harry C will close out the round. 9-2 now on the scoreboard for Pat's Money crew.
Yeah, another fantastic round there, Thomas. There's just nothing he could do. I mean, Docs is absolutely on a tear. He is ripping through Epiphany Bolt, giving them no opportunities here. And that coming up from mid there was absolutely fantastic. He just shredded his opponent. And so going into round number 12, if Epiphany Bolt don't start waking up, of course, they're going to have to eco here. They've been reset again. They've got nothing to play with. The confidence is definitely going to be lacking. And with a team like Pat's Money crew, where they're not the most experienced in the world, you give them this early opportunity to start, and they're going to play off the back of it. The more rounds they can get in the bank, the more they have to play with in the second half, the less pressure they're under. And Epiphany Bolt need to be the ones in the driving seat here.
They aren't able to take those corners just yet, though, unfortunately. Only 2 rounds so far. They were looking good in those 2 rounds. They were getting convincing wins there, but they just sort of fell apart, and now it seems like Pat's Money crew once more have the run of cash. They're moving over. And Epiphany Bolt, this is something that they did before, and maybe they are giving the game away a little bit too much by doing it again, is stacking up on that B bomb site, giving A over. They have left a lurk in the form of Thomas over towards the site. You should hear the squeaky come out, but he's already been spotted as well, so he shouldn't be too long. There we go. Crit able to find the kill. The bomb moves over to the site. The full rotate gets called by Epiphany Bolt, but here comes Next Fox with that Mac 10. Finds the 2 kills. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Docs is hold on the back lines as well. And it's just Elo left. Turns the corner, gets shut down. Not a point of damage going over onto Pat's Money crew as they take a 10th round.
Interesting fact for you.
How interesting?
Epiphany Bolt are now a UK team.
Okay. Oh, there we go. They've emigrated.
They have emigrated indeed. They're back in the United Kingdom, and maybe that's why they were playing so badly, because one of them was in Sweden for a little while. Maybe. But no, they're back now, back in the UK. I'm ready to put some hurt down with these weapons up and kicking. Dox is onto the AWP. Nothing to contend against it. We did see Wolfie picking it up. We saw Thomas picking it up. We saw Elo picking it up. Who's going to pick it up now? No one, because they haven't got one. But Dom
oh my goodness.
and Shaney come together to absolutely decimate their opponents, 2 apiece. And now NeoFox finds himself the last man alive. 1 versus 5. And this is not the situation he wanted to find himself in when he woke up this morning.
Hey, remember what happened last time? Pat's Money Crew pushed through a smoke towards B site. They got shut down with some good sprays from Epiphany Bolt. Hey, do you reckon that would happen again if they did it again?
It's almost as if putting smokes down enables you to get kills when people push through them.
Well, maybe they haven't learned their lesson and they thought, hang on a minute, we did this before. Deja Vu comes to bite them. It's Pat's Money Crew, leave 1 player left alive, but he still has teeth as Next Fox able to find the spray onto 1. But Dom is there, ready awaiting, receives him with open arms and says, hello, my friend. You're not long now. 10 rounds on the board, double digits already, but 3 for Epiphany Bolt. And it's still relatively one-sided, but they have started to pick up their feet.
Yeah, finally getting back to work. But still, 3 rounds to 10 is not a good sign. Even if they took the 10-5 half, it's still not good. I like to see the pause coming in here from Pat's Money Crew. They find, okay, didn't work that round. Let's take a pause, have a think. What can we do? What can we do going forward? We can find better ways of doing it. Let's slow it down, think. This round, they've only got 2 rounds left. They can throw out some strats. They can do it, have a bit of fun with it. So I'd like to see Pat's Money Crew now go for something a little bit slower. We've been seeing them go really, really fast in the last couple of rounds, and when they do that, they seem to get shut down a little bit faster. Okay, fair enough. They've got those clutch players, but when they take that mid control, they go towards A. They execute slowly and properly. Actually, they're finding some really good frags. They're finding some lovely angles. If they were to play together a little bit more effectively, it's like when you see that mid player coming up. You want to see an instant push through A main. Okay, fine, you lose a player, but you're always getting that instant trade-off. That's what we need to see from them. Obviously, they're not the most experienced players in the world, but we need to see more of it.
Certainly do. Even though, as you say quite rightly, Harold, the 10-15, the 10-5 scoreline isn't favourable at all. It's not a good record to have, and that's the best that Epiphany Bolt can hope for at this stage. They have now got that AWP back onto Thomas. It needs to be highly effective. They got all the utility they could ask for, really. Just Shaney lacking an Incendiary or an HE, but that won't really be too much of an issue, given what everyone else has. Oh, there he goes. He picks up the HE as well. So he does have that on board. No helmet or kit, though, for him. Not too much of a worry, though. They just back it on up, play it relatively safe. But Shaney's playing up close. Drops the HE as he bounds towards the mid warehouse. Plays under vents. Dox smells something's up. As Wolfie jumps over the top, does get spotted out. They're aware of each other's presence, but Wolfie's able to fall on back, and both teams gain a little bit of intel. Although I think Epiphany Bolt gained probably a little bit more from that intel than Pat's Money Crew do. Obviously, the CTs are going to be on A site. That's kind of a given, but if you poke your head into main, might be a little bit of a game awareness to then figure, okay, they're looking towards A site. They're looking for that, especially with Dox, because they're not looking at putting Lols there. He wasn't the one to take the face, and given that he's been the one that's consistently on the lurk, on the sidelines, and Dox has been on the fronts, then you can kind of read into that a little bit more. If they're able to spot out who it was, actually, but the AWP should be the giveaway, and the AWP is the giveaway for Thomas as he lands the headshot down the highway. Yeah,
fantastic shot there coming out from Thomas. We know this is what he's capable of. We know this is what he does. It's his bread and butter. Give him the opportunity, he'll take it. Now one-man advantage in the hands of Epiphany Bolt. Heading over towards that B bomb site, though. The pressure is now on Shaney. He's got a friend, but now he's dead, and it's all on Dom. He finds the first kill, keeping that advantage in their hands. All he has to do now is stay alive until the support arrives. The bomb has gone down. He knows where some players are. There's low HPs to play with, but Skrit will find himself a kill. Now Thomas playing up above with the AWP in hand. It's not an easy weapon to retake with, so they have to stop that bomb going down. Whether or not he's given the opportunity is another question. Wolfie coming in from behind. They have to be very, very careful of this, especially with those 2 low HP players. The rifles will absolutely shred them, and that's exactly what Wolfie does. Skrit goes down, pop flash in, 10 seconds remain. There is no time to win this, 3 versus 2. It'll be something incredible if they can, as the bomb finally getting planted, but Thomas shutting down 1. And now the spray comes in. Wolfie to eliminate Lols.
A very strong reset there coming from Epiphany Bolt. Very nice performance. They pick up the double AWP, so maybe they're looking to run that 2 AWP setup in the next round. Elo probably taking on that secondary role as the trades come on through, but maybe it's Wolfie instead. No, does get dropped down. So it was quite nice to see how Epiphany Bolt rotated around that one. Pat's Money Crew took the initiative quite nicely. As soon as they lost those trades over towards A site, they just instantly rotated on through vent and towards the B site. They were able to take it, but the price they paid for the take and on the retake was just a little bit too high. The time that they spent setting up for that initial A site presence was just a little bit too long, and they spent a little bit too long waiting it out. So they put the pressure on themselves, and eventually that pressure just became a little bit too much from them, and they crumbled.
Crumbling indeed, but now if they can win this, get that 11-4 half, fantastic script with a nice kill through the smoke there. Elo in a good position, he doesn't commit, but luckily his teammates are in position. Thomas finding the kill onto Harry. It's now a 3 versus 2, and again, Pat's Money Crew find themselves in a difficult position. Doc's working his way forward. He's been an absolute monster so far, but he needs to keep that going now. Support is coming in for Thomas, who's currently the lone wolf, as the bomb will go down. Shaney working his way forward, that AWP rattling off a couple of shots, but nothing connecting so far. It's going to be Dom to take down Dox, and now Script, the last man alive. He will find one, looking for the second, but it won't happen. Thomas takes him down with the CZ in hand, and the bomb will be defused. Great retake there coming from Epiphany Bolt. And a nice end to the half. I mean, it wasn't the most fantastic half they've ever had, but going into the second half now, at least they have somewhat of an opportunity to retake a bit of territory.
Yeah, it was nice to see that they were able to get their best case scenario off the back of what was a devastating scoreline. 10-5, it's not the best in the world at all by any means, but they do give themselves a shout into this next half. They can lose the pistol round, you know, they can take that loss if, obviously you don't want to, but if necessary, you don't lose just off that pistol round at a 10-5 scoreline. You're going to be looking to bring it on back. So Epiphany Bolt, their work cut out for them. Moving on through into the second half versus Pat's Money Crew.
Yeah, but it just goes to show how important that pistol round is. We need to see Epiphany Bolt come alive straight away. There is absolutely no messing about. Now, if they want to win this game, this is where it starts. And they have to start straight away. We need to see a pistol round coming out from them, and strong. Of course, those first 3 rounds can be so vital, especially on that T side. If you win the first round, you're almost guaranteed a couple, and that's a fantastic start from Pat's Money Crew. NeoFox absolutely demolishing. What is that? A second comes in, Dom goes down. That is dirty. That is not allowed on TV before 8 o'clock at night. That is disgusting. NeoFox looking for more now, but it's going to be Shaney to take down Script. Moving on to that bomb site. Dox trying to support his teammate. NeoFox on his own. He finds another. It's Dox to take down Thomas on the cross now. Elo moving in, but he can't do it. What a demolition progress.
We've been talking about Dox all game, but NextFox has been chiming in himself. He's 16-7, only 2 kills behind their leader. He's been having a great game as well. Dox, he was able to get there on the crossfire, but that double one-tap from NextFox down towards Sunshine Room, that was something special. You love to see that coming out from your players, so they'll be pretty happy with that performance on the pistol round. A nice start to the half for them, and they put themselves on those 2 sticks, 11 rounds on the board. Epiphany still sat down on those 5, but as I said, the pistol round is not the end of the world. They weren't able to get the plant, so interesting that they opted to go for the force here. I mean, you can go for it because you're going to be looking to go for the 4th round buy anyway, and so you'll full save on the next round if you don't win off the back of a force. So it's relatively standard. I eat my words for Epiphany. But,
yeah, it is better to do that. Just because, like you say, it's going to be the force buy coming in next. Oh, sorry, the eco coming in next round anyway. So they might as well invest. They're not going to be able to get that 3rd round buy because they didn't get the bomb plant. If they can get a couple of frags here, keep the pressure on the economy of Pat's Money Crew, happy days. But there's no reason to overpeak. There's no reason to be overly aggressive. Harry C takes down Dom there. Nice close kill. Shaney trying to do some work. But again, there is just no need to give him any opportunity where it's unnecessary. And these pistols, they can't do a huge amount if you don't give them a huge amount to do.
They've done a little bit of damage to Pat's Money Crew already. I mean, if they take those long-range duels against the MP9s, they could come out on top potentially. They're looking to go close onto that B bomb site, but it's NextFox to hold. Lands the headshot, turns the corners nicely. Thomas able to find one onto the site, but that's going to be all he finds. He is taken down, and NextFox, he's impenetrable. As Dox comes in yet again, finding the same crossfire as last time. And that is a sight you cannot take away from this guy.
Yeah, fantastic stuff there. Pat's Money Crew, again, shutting down. NeoFox, though, he's the one that's taking over here. 19 kills for him. Doc sitting on 19 kills. Scrit on 13. Absolute demolition derby. And Pat's Money Crew feeling very confident indeed. Again, Eco for Epiphany Bolt. This should be a pretty quick, pretty easy round coming in from Pat's Money Crew. 12 rounds on the board. And so this should be clean up.
Yeah.
You know, if they can find a bomb plant for an Epiphany Bolt, happy days. It's unlikely, but yeah, that's the ideal.
Yeah, this should just be a case of maybe you lose a frag, and that's why they've got those MP9s on Harry C and LOL still. But the spray down from Walkway actually doesn't go necessarily entirely their way, but Harry C gets plenty of money in the bank. The MP9 spray down comes through, and Dox closes out the round yet again. Seems to be what he's best at on the CT side, just rotating on in and going, oh, my kill at the end there, and just winning out the round. So Pat's Money Crew take the first 3 rounds of the half on the back of the pistol, and Epiphany start to come in with those rifles. This is do or die for them pretty much, because if they lose this, they're going to be in a very dire situation in terms of their money, and Pat's Money Crew should just be able to take it to 15 rounds, at which stage you're looking down the barrel of a loaded gun.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There is very little they can do if they don't win this round. It all is a downwards hill from here. So it's very important. And this is aggression we have not seen before. It's going to work out. Dom takes down Lols. And now this over-aggression towards mid could just pay off as Thomas completely shuts Dox down and suddenly turning the tables as the aggression pays off. Shaney onto Harry C. Finally a kill comes back in for Next Fox, who has made his way around. I've been calling him Neo Fox for some reason. His name is Next Fox.
Well, he's certainly playing like Neo right about now. He's been left and right and up and down and all over the place for landing the frags, but he's finally done for now. Dom does shut it out. And now it's just Crit left standing for Pat's Money Crew. The bomb is going to go down over towards the A site. And I think they have an inkling as to where Crit is stood. Picks himself up at AK, but immediately goes straight back onto the floor as Elo just closes out the round. And Epiphany Bolt take a very important rifle round at this stage. Plenty of money left on Next Fox, but look at across the board. You've got 1,500 on Crit. You've got 2.3K on Harry C. That's not the situation you want to be in after those first 4 rounds. Yeah,
not the greatest economy management there, but you know, they're going to go for the safe play here. They can give Epiphany Bolt a 7th round, fine. Doesn't really matter that much. It looks like you're 16-9 though. You never know. Could be en route. Just hold on to your horses, as it were. Nice, easy push coming in. Shaney going to take down Lols pretty smooth. There is a push coming through an A main, but whether it's going to result in too much, maybe a kill if they're lucky. I mean, this is good aggression. Oh, they heard that drop coming in from Wolfie. That's a nice, easy kill there.
Do they know there's more?
I don't believe they do, but they have recovered a weapon there. Looking over. Not going to be able to find that kill, but do they know there's a second player pushed through? Thomas does. Will find himself a kill. Closing down Dox as well. It's a nice kill from Elo. And so Next Fox now, the last man alive, looking for anything he can possibly get his hands on. A weapon, a kill would be good, but no, Shaney will shut him down. And Shaney finally starting to have a bit of a better game into this. He's one of those experienced players you expect to be doing well, and that's why he is leading the frags at 14.
You can see just how consistent they've been across the board for Epiphany Bolt. I mean, they're obviously at a deficit, but you can see they're within 4 kills of each other on every single member of the team. Whereas over on Pat's Money Crew, you got Lol sat on 5 kills in 20 rounds. So it's not really the best performance. Whereas you've got Dox and Next Fox sat on that 20 mark already. So they're having a little bit of a star player situation going on Pat's Money Crew. So maybe Epiphany Bolt can capitalize. Maybe they can figure out where they're playing, play around that, play towards Lols, and try and exploit that he isn't having the best game so far. And over in mid seems to be where he is playing up. So if Epiphany Bolt can win those trades and can go for those frags, they could be in with a shout at coming back towards a favorable scoreline, but they still have their work cut out for them. They've still got quite a way to go.
It also seems when we see Epiphany Bolt slow it down, it puts the pressure a lot less on Pat's Money Crew. They're much better at dealing with it when they know what's going on. They've got a bit of information. They've put the feelers out. When we see that really, really fast run in mid, we see the fast plays towards A. They do a lot better. So seeing how they slow down will be very, very interesting now. Have they grasped what Pat's Money Crew are doing, what they're putting to them? Of course, back on the guns now. They did take that double eco. Fair play. You know, it takes some guts to do that. Of course, you never want to let those rounds slip away. The push is now coming in. Elo, the first man to peek, and he's got his teammate out now. Forklift control has been taken. Harry C on the site on his own as the players push in. Looks for the first, but he won't find it. Wolfie and Shaney come together, 1 and 2. Crit can't find a thing, and suddenly Pat's Money Crew becomes Pat's Money Guy.
Next Fox gets shut out finally, and there's Epiphany Bolt putting that 8th on the board. One fat lady for them. As Pat's Money Crew start to look a little bit weaker moving into the second half. Maybe the T side very favorable for both of these teams so far. The AWP now in the hands of Elo for Epiphany Bolt. They are just going to stack up the full rifles. Pat's Money Crew down to bare minimum as they just get 3 pistols and a little bit of armor. The CZ, the P250, and the Deagle in their hands. Docs holding in mid, won't find any faces as they have been putting a little bit of aggression towards mid. Maybe they were expecting the push to come through just there, but instead, they're just waiting. They're biding their time. They don't want to push in, and rightly so. I mean, against the pistols, that's never the situation you want to be in. You don't want to be close to those. You just want to keep your distance, make sure you're playing it methodically, and that's exactly what they do. Shaney turns the corner exactly the right time. The flashbang is nicely placed, and Lols goes down with a little bit of over-aggression as Pat's Money Crew stack up the B site, but that stack is toppling like Jenga as Crit finally is able to shut him down with a nice headshot from the Deagle.
Yeah, just recovering that AK-47, putting it in his back pocket, and moving on with that. Doc's just trying to do a bit of damage. It's not really happening for him, and Thomas will absolutely decapitate him as the head comes clean off. Now, just Crit and Harry remaining. No armor to play with. They didn't invest anything in this round. They don't expect anything from this round. If they can find another kill, happy days. No more needed. And that's exactly what they're waiting for. Player close to the site, hoping someone gets sloppy on the exits, hoping someone gives him the opportunity to do some damage. I mean, if they can take that AWP off Elo, happy days. That is an absolute result. But Thomas should be in place to ensure that won't happen. I would like to see Harry's perspective here, though, because getting close, not going to happen. AWP is saved, and Elo will be the man of the hour. Crit will find one onto Thomas, but again, it's not the AWP going down, and not a huge amount of damage. Still 3 players alive. They can drop out. They don't have to worry too much there.
The armor in that CZ duel was absolutely crucial. You can see Elo on 8 HP. The fact that he wasn't dead is due to the fact that he had the armor there, actually. He dropped the weapon right at the end there as Dom gets the frag. So Pat's Money Crew, no weapon saved through there. But yeah, there was no armor available on Harry C on that highway position. So he did go down to a deficit of equipment. Now Epiphany Bolt have got those 9 rounds on the board. So if my prediction is to come true, you know, we've got now 3 rounds on the trot for Pat's Money Crew. So let's wait and see. Is Doc's just going to ace every round? I think so. I think that's what's going to happen.
It would be nice to actually see a Molotov go into that boost position. I mean, just map control-wise, why give them the opportunity to get out there? We know that they want to play that. We know they're playing well there. Put a Molotov in. But I suppose zoning them into that mid-zone, then crushing them, you know, finding the opportunities to find the 1v1s. Okay, fair enough. But it does put you in a difficult position. They've dealt with it very, very well here, and Shaney now trying to equalize that back out. Nextfox not overextending quite nicely, not getting too aggressive, just letting his teammates help him out. We know there's a trade player in. Wolfie is going to spot Docs, but he can do nothing about it. And a nice kill coming through there. Elo finally finds one back, but Shaney trades it straight back and gives them the kill. And so Elo now, they know where he is. They know he's got the AWP. He's easy to zone out. This is a very easy round coming in for Pat's Money Crew. He's just shot a corpse as well.
Well, you've got to double check, you know. They say, what, double tap?
Seventh rule of Zombieland.
Yeah, exactly.
Double tap.
Double tap indeed. And seems like Elo needs to try and get the first tap on, though. He's missing these shots a little bit. Crit sneaking up behind. And there he goes. Just closing out the round. So Pat's Money Crew, 14 rounds on the board. Versus 9. There's plenty of money left for Epiphany Bolt. They can buy up pretty much till Kingdom Come here. And so they are going to be sat relatively pretty. Pat's Money Crew struggling a little bit to buy up fully. I reckon there's a rifle on the floor for someone. There we go. Harry picks it on up. The AK goes through. Plenty of utility to play with as well. They've got everything they need. So an even matchup. The question is, are they going to be able to find the opening? And they do just that. They started off with Docs going down over towards Z Connector. And that's exactly how they want to start out the round. Pat's Money Crew already taking a 1-man disadvantage. The stack up over towards a bomb site for them means that they are looking for it. But Harry has pushed aggressively in towards A main. If they don't figure that out, if they don't spot it out, could be curtains for them. But I feel like they're checking the angle. Dom playing up close is waiting for that aggression. Harry bides his time. Around the corner from each other now. AK versus AK. You have to find the angle. Who wins the duel here? Dom stuttering back and forth. Not quite wanting to take the duel, but the duel happens over towards Nextfox, and Dom wins it over towards main. A very nice push coming on through, and now Epiphany start to go towards that A site. 3 players left to contend with as they go fully on the rotate. Thomas stakes up towards Forklift, holding that truck position. And Pat's Money Crew look like they're just holding back and not going for the retake here.
Yeah, it's a really nice read there, coming out from, I think it was from Dom. Because he finds that first kill on A main, and as soon as you find a player that's that far pushed forward, you know instantly that they will have assumed there's no one else there. You know, so you can assume A site is clear when you get that kill, unless someone's pushed squeaky. But the best thing to do is just go fast and take that aggression. So it's a fantastic read from Dom to instantly have the confidence to say A site's clear. Because when you know, if there's a player that far pushed forward, you know, as soon as he detects something, okay, you rotate back. But until then, you don't have to. So that's exactly why they've taken the site there just instantly. It may look like a rush, it may be a bit foolish. It's very calculated, and it's worked really, really nicely there for Epiphany Bolt, putting them into double figures and just clawing their way back into this game. They may well have a chance still.
Yeah, maybe our prediction will come through. The round count is already way out the window, but the experience maybe just giving them a little bit more stamina moving through towards the later stages of the game. Obviously 14-10, very, very close now as they start to be able to be, they're within striking distance at this stage of Pat's Money Crew and their scoreline. Still quite a lot of money to contend with, and Thomas again lands the first shot, finds the second through the wall. Crit goes down towards Z Connector, and again they open it up. Shaney, I think he's unaware that Next Fox is there, looking for some ankles through the smoke. Could spot it out. There he goes, and they are swiped right on out from underneath him. Shaney goes down on the push, and they equalize the player count now. Thomas has taken a little bit too much flack, though, to be going for any sort of aggression. They are starting to push in towards mid as Lols will hold the vents. They have that to contend with. Pushing on out. He should be hearing those nades coming through, but he's biding his time, playing it safe. Will spot out the player, but it's just too late. Has to fall on back through vents as they don't manage to land the damage.
Again, Harry, though, pushed forward. Once again, he's finding himself in a fantastic position, but this time he has to play it. Don't go for aggressive. You're in a great position. You have the positional control. Use it. Make it count, and he's going to do just that. They see him. Wolfie takes him down. Spots a leg out. Now a 3 versus 4, but Doc's in position, as always, finding himself one before he gets shut down. 2 HP left on Wolfie. They need to capitalize off the back of that opening aggression, and they can't do it. Now Lol's the last man alive. He's seen this position so many times, but he's only won it once. Can he be the man of the hour? Vera Lynn is watching, and it's not looking like it's going to happen. Keeping himself back. 11 rounds to be on the board for Epiphany Bolt.
Yeah, they're just going to take the AWP and try and save it into the next round. Has the armor and the helmet, has the diffuse kit as well. The AWP in hand is obviously extra bonus, but I don't think that Epiphany want to let them go for this one. They want to try and limit that economy, keep them stagnated and keep the pressure up. Lols will have heard that jump out and will be expecting the push, but instead I don't think they figured out he's in Z Connector. I think they think he's over towards that B bomb site. So he should be able to save this one through.
Yeah, lovely stuff there from Epiphany Bolt. Getting themselves slowly back into this game and giving themselves the potential to actually make it all the way with an eco coming in from Pat's Money Crew. Of course, there is the AWP. I really hope Lols isn't going to hold on to that. Please, give it to someone else. Lols, I'm asking, as a friend.
As a friend.
He's giving it to Docs. Nice guy.
Be responsible. And give it on over. Yeah, give it to Docs. Pat's Money Crew low on money. They will be going for the full save here. So, oh, well, they've bought a couple of pistols, but pretty much a full save. Moving on through. Ooh. Aggressive play from Docs. Very lovely, risky, and it doesn't really pay off.
Yeah, if that had worked, that would have been absolutely gorgeous. But it's not going to pay off for him just yet. And so the push continuing up. Nice little angle there from Harry. Just able to find that head as the play will move towards the A-bomb site. Just being a little bit careful. They don't want to overextend here. Get that AWP over into the power position. Get it into a position where it can play. Right now, it's out of play. That's not what they want. Molotov going in restricts the amount of movement Epiphany Bolt have here. Thomas to find the first kill. That mid-zone completely open. And we need to see the AWP doing damage. You can't have an AWP at the back. If you have one AWP and the rest pistols, you have to do something with it. Holding back, playing passive is not good enough. And that's why the shutdown comes in. No economic damage being done. 1 kill onto Shaney. It's not good enough. If you have an AWP, make it count.
You can see the money is just absolutely stacked right now for Epiphany Bolt. They should be able to buy for the rest of the game. Like even if they take the losses on the trot. But Pat's Money Crew still have that 14-round advantage. 2 rounds up so far. 1 more to guarantee They won't be losing in regulation time. Two more, sorry, in order to take themselves to that victory. But Epiphany Bolt, they're not letting up just yet. They're starting to push on through, and you can see the sprays coming out. Shaney already starting to lay down the hurt. The spray comes through. The nade is going to do a significant chunk of damage to Next Fox. Taken down to 34. Shaney, though, took a huge amount of damage on that spray through the smoke, so he's lucky to get away with that one. Epiphany Bolt able to take a little bit more of a passive stance now, waiting on any aggression from Pat's Money Crew, but it's not going to come. They boosted Harry C up on the A site over the potential push. So if they choose to go for that aggression, they could be rained down on from above and have their legs swept out. But Epiphany Bolt, they're looking good. They're starting to ramp up the pressure now.
Yeah, finally coming alive. Shaney, of course, 4 HP, needs to be somewhat careful, but they have the one-man advantages. That's what's so key. And moving towards that A bomb site now, they can trade in. Like I said, a very tradey site. You have to give money to make money. And that's exactly what they're going to do. Heading over now, you have got Harry up on Shroud, but it can occasionally be a one-and-done position. It depends how he plays it. It depends how Epiphany Bolt play it. And if they don't check it, well, by God, it shall do the trick. They will check it straight away. They'll find one. Double up. Harry C finding the second. Looking to mid, but he can't quite find it. Now 2 versus 3. There is HP advantage in the way of Pat's Money Crew. Unfortunately, there's only 2 of them versus 3 of their enemies. Nice tag coming in now. Low players. Docs. 1. Can he find the second? He's so very close. 1 arm will do it, and there it is. Docs comes in. 1, 2. Now needs to find the third. Wolfie. Orp in hand. It takes 1 shot, but he won't quite make it. That could have been the collateral. It could have been insane. Docs goes down now. All on the last player. That's Next Fox. He's been in this position before. Can he do it again? No! Wolfie takes him down, and the AWP will ring true.
No 15 rounds for you, Pat's Money Crew. You get shut down. The door slammed in your face, and Epiphany still in the running now. No money left in the coffers in Epiphany. They're starting to look good going into the rest of this game. They're very close to evening it up. They should be able to take this round. It's just a matter of playing it cautiously, making sure you don't go over aggressive, overzealous against these pistols, and playing it intelligently. And again, we're seeing that push up into mid, that aggression that we saw earlier. This is a very nice position to play because you're very aware that there's not really going to be too much pushing coming through from Pat's Money Crew with those pistols, so you can just walk on through and try and get that pressure, which we saw from them before. They haven't found any picks, so they're not continuing that push, but they've gained some ground. They've gained some knowledge. They've figured out, hey, maybe they're going for a stack. Maybe they're just setting up on both sites instead on those close angles. So check your angles, and Thomas just does that.
Yeah, nice and easy. And it's an eco. Play it exactly how it should be played. Don't take any risks. Get in, get out, shake it all about. Do the hokey cokey, and you turn around. That's what it's all about. Shaney, just making sure they can't chase him down, holding that back line, padding those stats as Thomas finds Next Fox. Shaney, he is low, needs to be somewhat careful, but he has got Thomas to back him up. Shouldn't be too much concern. Oh, nice kill there from Loz. Could double up onto Shaney if he plays it right, but no, Shaney takes him down, and now Script, the last man alive. He will find one. There's a low player to potentially find, but no, Elo will take him down, and now 14-14. This couldn't be tenser. Couldn't be better.
No, it certainly couldn't. This went a lot further than I think I was expecting. At the half, 10-5 was the scoreline in favor of Pat's Money Crew. Oh, sorry. I'm just so surprised. I can't even contain my excitement at this stage. But no, Pat's Money Crew, they haven't been able to take many... you know, they won the 3 off the back of the pistol. They've only taken 1 since then. And Epiphany have really been stepping up to the mark now. They've opted now to go for the double AWP setup. They've realized if they lose this, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. But Shaney already taking one of those away, and one of their star players gets dropped. Docs is down. And now instead of the double AWP on the defense, it's going to be the AWP on the double offense. Epiphany Bolt have picked that one up, and I think actually Shaney traded it out. Thomas has now picked up the AWP for himself. And Pat's Money Crew are a player down. They're trying to dissuade the push, but the smoke not really doing too much in their favor. The bomb down towards the A side of the map, but Epiphany aren't giving any ground, but they give over a kill as Next Fox goes a little bit aggressive on the peak, and Shaney pays the price for it. Pushing on through. Lols is playing up close, but he has been spotted out. Is forced back and away from that mid position. Time is ticking down, though. Epiphany Bolt don't have all the time in the world. Only 50 seconds left, and they've yet to take a site. They need to try and gain a little bit more ground as Lol's taken a lot of flak. Has to fall back through the vents, and 40 seconds left on the clock. They need to grab that bomb, and they need to make a decision.
Yeah, something needs to be done. Those two low HP players need to be a little bit careful, play with your teammates, and they should be able to still find this 4 versus 4. It's in favour of Epiphany. But with that AWP in the hands of Harry, who knows what he could do? He needs to hold down that A main angle, though he's not watching it even slightly. Luckily, Skrit is, but Wolfie takes him straight out the equation. Finally, Harry C comes alive, finds 1, 2, looking for more. Now he will find it. 3 comes in, and now just Wolfie remains. Finds himself 1, and the 2 low HP players are all that contests against him. It's a reversal of the last round. And now the pressure is on Wolfie, can't find it. Next Fox takes him down, and finally that match point is on the board. Epiphany Bolt, despite some great wins, and I mean, look at that money, it is impenetrable. There is absolutely nothing Pat's Money crew can do to break that now. The last round, we could potentially be looking at overtime. This is not a good buy coming out from Pat's Money crew.
That was an incredible performance from Harry C on the quad position with the AWP, just landing shot after shot, playing up close and able to drop the bomb carrier, giving his team time to rotate, forcing out that pressure. An excellent play from him to allow his team to get that map point. 15-14 now, but Epiphany Bolt still have the advantage. Pat's Money crew playing down on the luck. They haven't got their utility abound. And they can chuck on out and delay any pushes from Epiphany. The time really was a massive factor there for Epiphany Bolt. They weren't able to play it slow, play it safe, and check those angles slowly and securely. They lost a majority of their players just because of the fact that they couldn't drop those smokes and they couldn't push on in as they would have wanted to. So a nice delay stall tactic coming out and playing right into the hands of Pat's Money crew. They're able to pick up the rounds. It's now just a case of capitalizing, converting into the final game. And we might be seeing the closing round of this map as Pat's Money crew have the 15 rounds.
Yeah, 3 men over towards that B-bomb site, though, is looking a little dangerous as the bomb moves over there. You need to be careful, Epiphany Bolt. That 1 player rotating could be the worst timing, potentially, of his life. Now 2 players rotating. What are they doing? As the push now moves in, they are going to have a rude awakening. As NeoFox becomes the last man, he can't get it done. He goes straight down. Skrit trying to get back in. He's burning alive. He's burnt to a crisp. And the bomb goes down. Full B site control. This could very well be overtime unless we see some pretty quick frags coming out of Pat's Money crew. We need to see something coming in right now. It's the last round of the game. No matter what, they have to find the kills as they look towards that B bomb site retake. Molotovs go in. The utility's great from Epiphany Bolt, and no pushes, no kills so far. This is looking increasingly difficult in a 4 versus 4.
They're all stacked up towards that CT position. They're coming through a funnel, and they're just going to be shut straight down. Epiphany Bolt with a spray to win it through. Overtime after a 10-5 half. We find ourselves in a very close situation.
Yeah, nothing that could be done there. Nothing that could be done whatsoever. I mean, Epiphany Bolt, just massive, massive control of that site. And especially on B, if it's 4 versus 4 and they've got utility, that is an impossible site to retake. They had the 3-man stack. There was absolutely nothing to say rotate. There was nothing to say rotate, yet they decided to rotate anyway. And I find it very, very difficult to understand that decision. It doesn't make sense. It didn't make sense. I don't know why they did it.
It's very curious. It's a question for the ages, isn't it? Something for the oracles to divine. But we find ourselves stacking up 15 rounds apiece for both of these teams, PMC and Epiphany Bolt. Certainly living up to the close nature that is the Puggy style on Cash and playing it down to the wire. So are you expecting Epiphany Bolt to be able to bring this Thunder to the overtime, or are you looking and saying PMC, you know, they had a very solid first half. They're going to be going back to that. They're going to be trying to win it on through and bring that strength that we saw in the first.
Yeah, I think Epiphany Bolt, they have the momentum here. They really do have the momentum, and they can carry that forward into this overtime half. So they're on the T side. They know they're playing really, really well. They need to win the first 3 rounds, and then they can play from there. Because obviously their CT side wasn't that strong. I think the 3 rounds here are very important. But you know, this is a really, really close match. This is a lot more what we were expecting from the first game. And luckily, Epiphany Bolt have woken up. But it's it's late. It's late in the game. It's lucky that they had the opportunity to get back into this.
They certainly were quite unlucky that Harry C just absolutely popped off in that final final throws of the game to not allow them to take that 15 rounds for themselves. If that had been the case, I'm pretty sure that Pat's Money Crew would have lost it then and there. So absolutely savior of the hour. Now they need to convert that chance that they've been given. As Pat's Money Crew open it up on the CT side. And they've already looking a little bit shaky as Next Fox goes down towards the B bomb site. The bomb has moved on over, but Lols is waiting. We've got the player on the site as well. Crit is there to back up his teammate, but Lols turns away as Shaney pushes on up, and that allows him to get the pick. Docs on the flank able to pick up a kill, but the bomb site taking more and more pressure as time goes by. But check out where the bomb is. It's over towards the A side of the map as they're drawing those rotates. They're forcing the CTs to play to their tune, and they dance willingly, it seems, as Epiphany just take the A site. They will get the plant. They will have the after plant position as well, as they have to go for the rotate.
Yeah, but don't forget this flank is very, very important. If they're not aware of Dox's position, he will rip them to shreds. There's no doubt. I'm not entirely sure why he's chosen to go squeaky. It's a much more difficult position to play, coming in for a retake, but he is going to go for it all the way around. He's got his two players coming in from the defaults from Truck and Highway. But it's going to be a highway from hell as Wolfie takes down Harry. Finally, Docs get in. He finds one, but he's given his position away. Crit will find the second, and now he load the last man alive. 1 versus 2. No Molotov to play with. He has to take the peek here, but it won't work. Crit finds it and finds the defuse. Just enough time there.
Very nice play. Potentially a little bit overzealous on the peek wide on the hold from A main. And that's going to allow them to take the first round of their CT side. Pat's Money Crew have a little bit more strength than they did on the second half now on their CT side. If they're able to keep this up, they could emulate their T side performance as well and have a lot more strength moving forward. So Epiphany Bolt, they need to pick up these next 2 rounds if they want to be in with a shout of taking this overtime.
Yeah, something needs to be done. Thomas looking to find this opening kill. We know it's their CT side that's weaker. We know Pat's Money Crew CT side is weaker, so winning that first round is really, really big for them. Gives them the opportunity to play with that T side, but we know that they're strong. Question is, can they keep it up? Epiphany Bolt still in the driving seat so far, especially with that momentum. But Next Fox, great position there to open this one up. 1 kill in the bag for him. And now Lols, he can sit back. Less pressure for him. And Epiphany Bolt find themselves again 1 man down, despite some fantastic work in the last round. It just wasn't to be. I don't understand why they're not going quick still. They were really, really doing well when they went fast. And they just seem to have stopped that.
Yeah, they put the brakes on. I think overtime nerves setting in and forcing them to play a little bit slower, a little bit more scared than perhaps they were doing before. Docs sat up on high, should spot out any pushes coming out from main. And again, Epiphany running down the clock. They've got 45 seconds left. They have committed now over towards the A side of the map. They could go for a rotate if they did it right now. But other than that, you're pretty much stuck over to the A site. And with the time ticking down even further, you're locked in at this stage. And Docs is able to spot out some legs, and that's all he needs to see. Harry C will peek out and find the second as well. And they finally shut down the high up player, but they have already taken significant losses. Now up highway, they're playing 1. They're playing the split game. Harry C not quite able to land those shots. That incendiary should just find it out. Will burn alive, but Crit is able to get the trade. Now, 1 versus 3. It's Wolfie up towards the highway, playing very much a losing game at this stage because the time is ticking on away. But before the clock can finish him, Crit will do that. And now Pat's Money Crew take a 17th round. 2 rounds on their CT side, half for overtime. That's very strong considering their performance in the second half of the game. They're really going to be struggling moving forwards.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've seen them struggle so far. But now they seem to have woken up on that CT side. If they can close this out 3-1. Oh, hang on. Is this MR10? What? Is this MR10?
I think so.
It's not MR6.
No?
Because they've got a lot of money.
No, it's 16.
Huh?
16k that you get at the start of the... Yeah, start of overtime, you get 16k.
So this is MR10?
Yeah. So you get
not MR6?
No. So you can just full buy into all of these rounds.
Right, so when I was saying they need to win 3 rounds, they need to win 5 rounds. 5 rounds and a half.
No, it is 6... Oh, wait, I'm confused as well. I think it's 6 rounds overtime, you get 16k.
That doesn't make any sense. 6 rounds overtime, you get 10k. You know what?
That was what happened. Well, I think the last season of Pro League had that as well.
Did it? That doesn't make any sense to me. Anyway, you know what? Maybe I'm just out of touch. Maybe I'm just out of touch. I often am. Either way, it's going to be some mid control coming in from Epiphany Bolt as soon as they're ready. It's going to be Wolfie opening up, takes down Crit straight away. No opportunity for him whatsoever. And now that B-bomb site is under pressure. Luckily, Next Fox and his 2 compadres in Docs and Lols are with him. And so as long as they don't rotate fully off this, this could be a very strong round coming out from Pat's Money Crew to close out the half. Let's not do what we did last time and all run away at the end of the round when the push finally comes in. Next Fox up close. He's played that round all game. This time it's just a trade, but it should be enough. Docs can't get it done. It's all on Lols, and the site gets one. Harry C has finally arrived to do some support and do some damage, as Lols will find another. Oh. Harry C chimes in, and this is looking very, very strong. Elo now, the last man alive. 1 versus 2 with 9 seconds remaining. Can he do it? Probably not. The last player really should just run away. Harry, flee. Flee the scene, my friend.
No time to plant. No point even going for the face. It's the last round of the overtime hop, or maybe it is. We'll have to wait and see on the actual ruling.
Right, so you get 16k per half.
Yeah, there you go.
Interesting. I've never seen that before, for sure.
Yeah, no, it used to be 10. I think it changed sort of midway last, or sort of at the end, near the end of last year.
Well,
and
there we go.
It became 16k because then you can buy all 3 rounds and you're not forced to go for an eco on the final or in the second round if you're feeling weird. I think it's more to help with the fact they just wanted to have a pure skill matchup in overtime over, you know, an economic battle.
Well,
you've been having an economic battle for 30 rounds by this stage, you know. Maybe you're overly surprised by that, but I don't know. Some people don't like it, some people do. I guess you fall into the camp of not particularly liking it that much, but I'm not against it. I think it's a nice.
Yeah, I mean it's interesting to see 3 full gun rounds. I have to say that's definitely not something I'm going to complain about, but just never seen that before. That took me by surprise. That blindsided me, I guess you could say. Yeah, I have no problems with that. I was shocked, if I'm completely honest with you. I was taken aback.
Okay.
But you know what? These things happen.
We're here for you.
Thank you.
We're here for you.
I appreciate that. And of course, you guys at home could be here for us by entering the giveaway. Make sure you do that. It's esl.pm/ giveaway.
No, is it?
Something like that.
I don't know.
I'll tell you guys later.
We'll get a lower.
I'm not going to let you guys down. I will have that back for you. But, you know, win a monitor. Who doesn't want a free monitor? Not me, for sure. Anyway, we are back now into what could potentially be the last round of the game so far. All Pat's Money Crew have to do is win one game or win one round, and we have 3 AWPs. 3, not 2, not 1. 3 AWPs coming out. It's going to be Epiphany Bolt opening this one up. Shaney steps in 1, 2, can't find the 3rd. It's all even for Epiphany Bolt. They're doing well, but Crit comes in with a double kill now. 2 versus 2. Thomas on the AWP, Wolfie on the AWP. 2 men trying to retake with AWPs switching out for an M4, but it could well be too late. They've lost the initiative. And although Docs is being tagged up, he is not being fragged up. Not sure what happened there. He's lost control of his mouse. But has he lost control of this round? He spots out the flash player. That's Thomas. He's going down. Stop peeking it. He will find the kill in the end. And now all on Wolfie. AWP in hand. Don't peek him. Don't peek him. Don't peek him and you win the game. It is that simple, my friend. It is that simple. Wolfie coming forward.
Oh, no.
This is too close for comfort. He's going to
He's got the cover.
This. He stuck it. Yeah.
He used the AWP shot to actually cover the diffuse noise as well. He's just going to stick it.
Oh.
So, a nice one there, Crit. Unfortunately, they don't win it just here and now. Well, although they still do have the chance, though. They only need to win one, as you said. God. A little bit of a shoddy play, if we're honest, there from Pat's Money Crew to not win out that round. As you say, don't peek him, you win the round. Don't peek him, don't peek him. But they did go for those peeks and lost the trade and were forced out. And they planted in a very weird position as well, allowing him to defuse from
They
quad.
planted for mid.
Yeah, and
but
then
they
didn't take the
were in
position.
mid.
Yeah, it was just a weird setup from Pat's Money Crew all around.
Most
and
deaf.
yeah,
Most deaf.
It's very difficult to analyse. By all accounts, a terrible play.
Yeah, just under pressure. They felt it. They didn't feel it. Shaney opens it up, but the trade comes straight in as Shaney goes down. Nice spam there from Thomas. Great positional awareness, and he gets that perfect. Nice kill coming in. I feel like Epiphany Bot are playing very, very loose here. They're not playing particularly serious CS. You know, you can see them on lampposts, triple AWP setups. So they're having a bit of fun with this, and it's working. It's putting Pat's Money crew under pressure. They're thinking these guys are just playing, and they're beating us. This is very, very concerning indeed. We need to see Dom coming alive here on the site just to close this round down, get onto that last one, and force the double overtime. Wolfie taking Docs out. Now 4 versus 2. It's Thomas to clean up and crit the last man alive.
Well, third time's the charm, as it seems Pat's Money will need that third opportunity. Crit's still standing, but for how long? 37 seconds, doesn't have control of the bomb. Epiphany have a command over this round. Dom will close it out. Now Pat's Money crew with one final chance of this first overtime to take home the victory in this best of one here on Cash.
Yeah. Double overtime could be coming very, very soon.
Yeah, it seems that way. I mean, the way that Epiphany Bolt are playing in this overtime, on the CT side as well, which is really weird. It's completely flipped from regulation. So it's anyone. It really is anyone's game at this stage. Taking it to a 17 scoreline, even then, that's a very convincing shot going forwards. So even whoever takes the loss here should be relatively happy with themselves for their later round performances. I feel like maybe Epiphany Bolt wouldn't be too happy with their first round. Something they need to work on that T side, but seems to be going well for them here.
That was the win. That was the game in their hands. They threw it away completely. And over peaking. Okay, let's say they didn't think he had an AWP and they wanted to get. You have no HP. Why are you peaking? No matter what he's using, no matter what he's doing. Stop peaking, man. Stop peaking. Anyway, the last round of the overtime, potentially of the game, as Pat's Money crew sitting on match point for the second time this game. They need to keep this going. They've had 3 match points. This is their last chance to close this one out before we go to a second overtime. 2 AWPs still up for Epiphany Bolt, United Kingdom, and Pat's Money crew. They want to get themselves back into this.
Something that we aren't seeing this round that we have seen a little bit on these other overtime rounds is Epiphany playing a bit far forwards, but as I say that, they are starting to step up. They've stacked over towards A. They figure that Pat's Money crew were going to go B site. They would have rushed it already. And with Wolfie holding close, they're just going to be shut down on that position. He falls on back. I don't think that should prompt a rotate, though. You still have Dom over towards that Z connector, and he's going to move on over, but Pat's Money crew not opting to execute over onto A. They don't want to give anything more away, but already they're taking a bad start to the round. This definitely is shaping up to be a second overtime. And I don't know if Epiphany Bolt... So I don't know if Pat's Money crew are going to be able to bring it back into this half. They haven't really shown any strength on this T side in overtime at all. Certainly nothing compared to what they did in regulation. And I'm quite surprised, actually, that they haven't been able to do so. But Docs start to lead out. Elo misses the shot. Shaney's ready and waiting in the wings. 11 HP left. It's not going to be quite enough. But Pat's Money crew get cleaned up nonetheless. Epiphany Bolt take us to a second overtime with a couple of very decent sprays. So... What is going on, Harold? What is going on?
Good question. Very good question. Second overtime forced, and it's a complete flip of the first game. You know, we see the CT sides this time are the ones that they're winning, and suddenly the game completely and utterly flipped on its head. So, question is, who can not lose the most rounds? That's the question. And I can't even say who's going to win the T-side rounds because we know that actually they're just confused as to what they're good at. Yeah, yes. very confusing.
They they just had a bit of a mind meld or something. It's very weird what's going on at this stage because they are opting to just lose apparently.
Just having a peek. Just having a peek.
Just have a cheeky peeky.
Yeah, someone needs to send them to bed at some point, let's be honest. Someone needs to send me to bed at some point, but it's just unlikely. There we go.
There we go.
I love that. Hashtag the Bolt.
I like it. I like it.
Good
Tag me next time.
Pulling as well.
Tag me next time.
Good face you're pulling.
At John Allen Casts on Twitter.
At John Allen Observes.
At John Allen Casts on Twitter.
On Twitter.
At John Allen Casts.
Yep. Most of the time.
At John Allen Casts.
Occasionally.
It's my... No, I was having this debate earlier because I do some observing work for some other games as well, which is my alter ego, is John Allen Observes.
Right.
But I was debating what is the opposite of an alter ego? And I was trying to figure out...
ego.
Is it an ego? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, fine. We'll just go with that.
I actually have a massive ego. So if you need any examples, mine is one. So there you go. It's actually, it's actually so big sometimes I have
production just absolutely flamed Herald.
I actually have a truck that comes with me everywhere I go to carry it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Just like Terry Crews in his gym.
Sure, why not? I mean, I don't bring a gym with me.
Let's be honest, your ego's heavier than his gym, though.
God, it's unquantifiably large. That's the problem. But when you're this great, it has to be.
Yeah, well,
so
yeah, sure.
Yeah, so there we go. 2 AWPs coming out of Epiphany Bolt. None for the money crew of Pat. He, in fact, has none. I wonder who Pat is.
Pat, I think Pat is on the Pat Money Crew roster, but he's not playing.
Right.
On the ESL website, I did see there was a player called Pat on there. So I'm guessing that's the
Pat. Is that short for Patrick?
Yeah.
Right. And why would you?
How did you not know that?
Pat. It just doesn't need to make much sense. Anyway, no need for that. Dox is moving his way into this B-bomb site. Little do they know, it is a full-on stack. As Shaney takes down one, Dox just going absolutely ham. One Lol follows up with a second. Luckily, the grenade comes in from Shaney to take Skrit out, but it's still a 2 versus 3 situation. Pat's Money Crew finally winning themselves a T-side round, and again, the role reversal comes in. Well, they may have after that little blunder. That's it, Ela, that's it.
That's it.
Wallow in your shame, boy. Yeah. Wallow in your shame.
That's there's a whole door to throw your nade through there, and missing that relatively... I mean, they had 2 incendiaries. They could have zoned out the whole site there. They could have forced them off, played towards that CT position, but instead...
They didn't.
You've zoned yourself off from playing on Heaven that give information away by showing exactly where you're playing from, and Pat's Money Crew should just be able to take this one home. Dox with a spray. Does get shut down, but Next Fox is still on site. 3 HP forces him back. He will get aggressively pushed on as well. Wolfie has to jump on back. And take home the T-side. First round of this second overtime. A lot further than either of us were expecting.
Yeah, finally winning themselves a T-side round. Unfortunately, just a little bit too late to actually win the game. LOL's on 10 kills. 10. In over 37 rounds.
That's interesting.
10 kills.
Interesting.
37 rounds.
I'm surprised that we're only just seeing the break of the 30 bombs though, because only 31 kills over on, I think it was either Dox or Next Fox, and only 30 on one player on Epiphany Bolt. Given that we have been in this many rounds, that's quite surprising, and it just shows you how well they're distributing, how they're playing as teams, and rather than relying on a little bit more star performance, as I was talking a little bit about earlier, from Pat's Money Crew, they are starting to play a lot more as a team and get those frags across the board. So they are banding together, neither team willing to give it up just yet, as they even up the player count on both sides.
Yeah, giving away the kill there, Crit, just didn't need to overextend, didn't need to hand the frag to Dom, but it's going to be a nice equalizer coming in, and now the A play coming through. There's 2 players steadfast to defend, as well as the quick rotate coming in. Dox, however, the man to open it up, finding his second of the round, as Harry C follows up onto Elo, now just 2 versus 4, and looking fantastic for Pat's Money Crew. This doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make any sense. Why?
I think that's the question on everybody's lips right now. Why? Why is this happening? I mean, it seems like overtime just is a rule unto itself. It's just this world where neither truth nor lie exists, and everybody just does what they want, apparently. So we saw CT strength in the first overtime. We're seeing T strength now in the second overtime. Pat's Money Crew going to be looking to take a 3rd round home in this half of the second overtime. And they still won't be able to win it just there. And given the way things are going, Epiphany Bolt will just win all 3 T-side anyway.
We could be here for the rest of our lives.
Probably.
I wonder what the cutoff is.
I don't think there is one, technically.
I wonder if there is a cutoff.
I think it was about 45 rounds or something is the longest recorded.
That's true, but surely at some point you have to say, we need to stop now, like these people are going to die.
Well...
Us, I mean, not them, they can die, I don't care.
I mean, we'll probably...
leave.
We'll probably just stop talking.
Yeah.
Should we do that now?
Sure.
Something quite cathartic about not actually just listening to the sounds.
It's a
and nothing
sales
happening.
technique. Do you know that?
Not talking. No, it is. Yeah, just
really
just
is,
be
and
quiet.
it works like hell.
It does.
You know, you say something and they go, "Well, I'm not sure." You wait, and it works. Unfortunately, in casting, it's not entirely what we're going for. As Lols opens the door and takes Thomas off his pedestal, doubling up there. Lols obviously heard me flaming him on the stream, and now he's waking up, getting a couple of kills, and that's fantastic. Unfortunately, for Epiphany Bolt, it's not working to their favour. They're getting shut down now. And Shaney finds himself the last man alive. He will find one, but Lol shuts him down for a 3K in the round, almost tripling his kills for the whole game.
Pretty much. I mean, that's certainly going to triple his pay packet at least, I suppose.
Interesting fact for you.
Okay.
Epiphany Bolt are now Swedish again.
Okay, of course they are. I mean, why not?
Why wouldn't they be?
It's a nice country. They do great meatballs.
Oh, now that is racist.
No.
You cannot say that. This is ESL.
Swedish people aren't a race.
Wow. Wow. Anybody hearing this? No, the entire production team has left, and we are on our own.
They've had a walkout.
They're allowed to go on strike. We're not. 21-18 now. Pat's Money crew once again have the match point. Do they have the match? Probably not.
No, definitely not. I mean, we're looking at least 4 overtimes here. That seems to be the going rate.
You joke, but that could happen. That
What?
could happen. I mean, I just feel good for the people at home who get to enjoy the incredible quality of Counter-Strike that is being put out here. I mean, some of these peaks are just fantastic.
Oh, dear. Yeah, they are just sublime.
Sublime indeed. Match is live, as the green text says, and we are back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Not as quick as me, are you, clock? Didn't think so. Match has started. 2 AWPs once again. Why have you flashed yourself? Why?
Why? Why indeed? I think the intonation is certainly important there. It's a must-have. Now it's Epiphany Bolt. They take the round, and a headshot through the wall is exactly how you want to start that one. Wolfie lands it. Now, I need to try and capitalize. Dox drops the smoke to cancel out that pressure from the Molotov, but yeah, I'm just going to back off anyway. No ground given as Harry actually taking a lot of flack over towards Squeaky. Drops the flash, goes for the repeat and gets the shot off. Thomas goes for the face. Sorry, not Thomas, Dom. As he does get the trade down, but that's a little bit more than they wanted to give over against Harry. He's been playing very, very well over on that A site, being a solid anchor for Pat's Money crew. We saw him take it home and bring us to that first overtime with a clutch play. And now again, he had a really good showing up there. So maybe someone to look at for the future. But as it stands, Epiphany Bolt are looking at the future of this round and rubbing their hands together and thinking, well, hey, we're in.
Yeah, they're finally finding their feet again. But Lols and Dox may have something to say about that. It's a nice position from Lols if he can find the opening. There is one low player in Dom, and once he shuts down that angle, he can focus his attention elsewhere. Question is, does he have the support? Dox, of course, on the AWP. This is a crucial kill. Needs to be found. Dox with the first. Dom now, the second man in, hasn't checked the angle. One goes down. Lols and Dox coming together. Dox will go down. It's all on Lols. Finds the kill now. And 1 versus 1, but he won't find it. Shaney shuts him down. And once again, the tables have turned. Epiphany Bolt, 19 now. 2 more to force a third overtime.
Wouldn't that be great fun?
Oh, yes.
Would absolutely love that. I mean, I just can't wait to see more brilliant peaks, more switcheroos on who's better on what side, changing the meta as we go per half, it seems. And it's what a way to play Counter-Strike, you know?
What a lot of waters. 2 AWPs once more for Pat's Money crew. 1 AWP coming out for Wolfie. Again, the tables have turned, except this time we see the T-side AWP, which is nice. Bit of aggression.
We'll just get a lazy Susan at this stage, because the tables are turning so often.
I do not know what that means.
Okay, it's like, you know, it's a thing you put in the middle of the table, and you put things on, and then you can spin it. So instead of handing it across the table...
And you call that a lazy Susan?
That's what it's called.
Interesting.
What do you call it?
The way you've gendered that term.
That's what it's called.
That's fine if you want to...
No, but that's...
Okay, it's honestly... It's okay. No, it's fine. It's fine, John. Don't worry. You've said it now.
You're the one who said it.
No, it's fine. You've said it. You can't call her lazy either. Anyway, you have to say out of work at the moment. Elo finding himself a nice opening there. Definitely can't say.
No. That's so bad.
Crit supporting his teammate in lols, taking that mid control, looking for the final kill of the half. Is he going to be able to find any damage? The flash comes in. It's going to be a little mid-take coming through from Thomas. Does he check his angle? No. lols finds the opening, and there is support in there as Crit takes down Dom. This could very well be the end of the game, and it is!
Oh, finally.
They've done it!
They've managed to do it. Second overtime. And Pat's Money crew, bring home the big bucks. They are finally able to close it out. Plenty of rounds, plenty